Battle the Horde mode. And then there's PvP. Players sliding across 3 pieces of concrete in half a second.
We got 2 armored players sliding their butts towards each other on 3 pieces of concrete with their chainsaws. I can explain.
Communities locked in a debate. On one side, you've got returning fans and casual players saying,
"Oh, here we go again with this.
Wall bouncing is ridiculous.
Here we go.
The experience."
Bro, wall bouncing ain't even that bad in this game, man. What are you talking about, man? It has more to do with the side-to-side movement. That's why everybody's doing the same thing. The game feels slow. Now, mind you, moving backward and forward does feel kind of fast. But in regards to strafing, it's really not there. The pistol does too much damage, as well as the Lancer. I mean, there's more things to be complaining about this game. You're just complaining because you're trash at it. It's the same thing you did in Arc Raiders, the same thing you did on Gears Reloaded, which is more of a fundamental grounded game, the way that Reforge game would like it. And guess what? You still couldn't play it.
It's going to kill the player base.
Oh, here we go.
On the other side, you have the hardcore veterans
can't play.
And the pros saying,
Stop
look,
with
wall
the
bouncing
excuses,
and master
Jimmy.
duels are Gears of War.
Stop with
if you
the
take away high-skill
excuses,
movement,
Jimmy.
you destroy the franchise's
Stop
unique
with the
identity.
excuses,
So today we're
Jimmy.
asking the big question. Is sweaty movement and wall bouncing actually ruining Gears of War?
Oh, here we go.
Or
if it's been ruining Gears, man, then this would be a conversation we would have had since Gears 2. Yo, bro, come on, man. Listen, man, I understand that I'm not a huge fan of this game because I just don't like the way it plays. But that doesn't mean that I don't necessarily know how to play the game. Now, we know with all your complaints is because you are getting your butt totaled online and there's nothing you can do about it. Now, mind you, I will say that this particular game does favor more of a stacked formation, which means that it's more than likely, even if you're a very good player, if you're playing with a very solid, especially if you're playing ranked, a very solid stacked team, they're going to have more of an advantage going in, unlike Gears 1, where you can kind of that's one thing I loved about Gears 1. It was that fast-paced, arcadey gameplay, where even if you came in stacked, one dude can tip the tide. That's one thing I always loved about Gears 1, but obviously as time was going on with Gears 2 and 3, they started focusing more on team play, which I'm not saying Gears 1 does not have, but you could clearly see the skill discrepancy in the first game. Like, there's been times I could wipe out the whole team, including their host. But, in Gears 2 with the stopping power and the Lancer, there's only so much you can do. Once they go wide on you, it's very difficult because all they got to do is sit on the side, you chase their man, all the dude got to do is take the shotgun or even melee you in the back, and then that's all she wrote. You see, that's kind of what happened with Gears 2.
It's just the unavoidable price of entry for a long-standing shooter.
Well, then play Horde mode.
Let's break it down.
Play the campaign.
If you like this kind of content, hit like and subscribe.
Play the campaign.
To start with, that's the fantasy. The reality of Gears of War PvP in 2026 is a completely different monster. The second a casual or returning player steps into a match, they're not fighting somebody using cover for protection. They're fighting a sweat who uses cover as an accelerator. In Gears of War, when you press the cover button, your character magnetically pulls toward a wall. Now, over the years, the Gears community discovered that using this mechanic can create momentum.
So use
very quick movement. If you string 3 or 4 wall slides together, suddenly your character...
this has been going on since Gears 3, Gears 4, and 5. It is what it is now. Mind you, I still liked those games. I personally still enjoyed them. But to me, this just doesn't feel like a Gears of War game. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of missing features that makes me not really enjoy this game as I did the previous others. Now, mind you, is it a good game? Yes, I would say the game is pretty solid. Now, in regards to a competitive game, I just don't see it for myself. There's a reason. Another thing, too, there's a lot of traded kills in this game. So even if you're better than the person, there's a lot of trades. It's like, I don't know if Coalition just added that because they were like, oh, well, he got you first, but you still got him, to kind of make the guy feel better that he got owned by a better player. But that's something that I've noticed, too. Even ones in regards to the shotgun battle. There's a lot of trades going on in this game.
Bottles zipping back and forth across the screen like a pinball. For the average
skill
player,
issue.
trying to shoot somebody who's wall bouncing, it can feel impossible. It
Sounds like a skill issue.
Tracking, causes camera disorientation.
Oh, here we go.
Worst of all, it makes the game feel broken.
Oh,
like
here we
the player
go.
on the other end is not necessarily playing better than you.
Oh, really? He's not playing better, bro. I can't believe it. What do you mean he's playing better? That's why you out here complaining about it, because you cannot play this game like everybody else, bro. You did the same thing on Arc Raiders. Gears Reloaded is not even like this game, and you still got owned on it, bro. You barely even know how to hard aim a shotgun. What the hell are you talking about, bro?
Maybe they're manipulating the engine.
Oh, here we go. They cheating.
It's not really fair.
They cheating.
In other words, it looks like
they cheating, huh?
No, it's a genuine form of skill expression and takes experience. Now, if you look at the comments,
I mean, the wall bounce is not even the problem with this game. If anything, I'm complaining that it's not fast enough. Like when you hit the wall, you can't really, shoot those shots over. It has like a little delay. Some people say it's the beta, but who knows? Like I said, it's still in the game. To me, it's not fast enough. You're like, what? It's not that fast, in my personal opinion. It feels a little slow. I mean, I've heard more Gears players say that it feels a little bit more clunky and it feels a little bit more slow. I don't think I've heard people really complain about the wall bounce. If anything, they said the strafing is not as good as the other games. Which also means that everybody would have their own type of play style. I kind of wish that Gears of War will go back to the foundations of what it was. I don't mind wall bouncing players, but also have strafe, which was a big, predominant, very useful feature in the first game. Going left and right and making your opponent miss shots. In this game, it's almost impossible to miss shots, bro, because your guys move so sluggish that once you get right behind them, it's done. I'm telling you, you can't even react. And on top of it, if you're lancering a guy and the guy comes up behind you, by the time you switch out to your other weapon, you've already died. So that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't really have that fast-paced Gears of War twitchy movement that you normally would see in the other games, because y'all be like, oh, that's not true games. So no, come on, bro. There's be times when a guy come up behind you and you're like, oh, snap. You turn around and then, you get him and then you got the other guy coming towards you. To be honest with you, this Gears of War feels actually more slow. I don't know why people keep saying this game is fast.
In social media right now, people are genuinely frustrated. They're saying, look, I just want to play some Gears of War after work, and I'm getting bodied by
a guy. Play the campaign. Play bots.
Who's sliding sideways across 3 door frames before I can even pull the trigger. If the entry barrier...
The funny thing is, it's not even as fast as Gears 5. Gears 5 was actually ridiculous. You know what I mean? Don't show this man Gears 5. Don't show him the wall bouncing in that game. To be honest with you, the game just feels slow. It feels like I'm moving in quicksand. That's what it feels like.
Is too steep. If it's that high,
here we go.
A high percentage of new and returning players quit after a few matches. Well, how is eDay supposed to sustain a healthy online community? It's a legitimate concern. But before we declare wall bouncing dead or wrong or
bro, how many of these people are actually wall bouncing?
Boy, we need to look at the other side of the blade.
Crazy.
Consider playing, because you're viewing the character from behind. Movement is your defense. Veterans argue that if you strip away wall bouncing and high-speed slides, Gears of War...
where does this game look very fast-paced? There's nothing fast-paced about this gameplay that I'm seeing, bro. There's nothing fast-paced about it. If anything, I would argue that it feels too slow.
Multiplayer turns into a boring, static staring contest where whoever gets behind the first box or the best choke point, well, you're going to win that fight or map control. Here's the truth behind a lot of what the casual players don't want to hear.
Yeah, tell us.
Movement alone does not win matches in Gears of War. Accuracy does. I say that as somebody who's not very good at this game, and I can tell.
Yeah, so therefore your opinion is irrelevant.
Lost a lot of my fights because I was missing my shots.
Well, there you go.
In the E-Day beta, how many times have you seen people just kind of wall bouncing like crazy and they still lose the gunfight?
This whole video of you showing people's gameplay, ain't none of these dudes really wall bouncing. That's the crazy thing about this. You was out here complaining about something that none of these dudes are even remotely doing. Like, what are you talking about?
I've seen plenty.
Look at this. Is this guy wall bouncing?
It's not a one-size-fits-all.
Is he wall bouncing?
It's not a guaranteed win. Excessive wall bouncing.
Where's the wall bounce?
Than it actually is effective.
This man hasn't wall bounced once.
To a beginner, but to an experienced player, a wild bouncing player is less threatening.
Really?
Veterans
Where's the
point out
bouncing?
that the coalition
Is he
has
bouncing?
actually adjusted some of the movement in eBay. They added slight recovery frames on consecutive slides, dialed back.
Bruh, they made this game for y'all and y'all still upset. That's crazy.
Extreme slide speeds from Gears 5.
Where is this guy wall bouncing?
Vault mantle system.
This man has a
But the
wall
player
bounce
base
once.
is so mechanically gifted after 20 years that they can just immediately adapt. You can't really patch out 20 years of muscle memory.
I mean, I highly disagree because to a lot of people, even me, I haven't really played consistently, but I played Gears of War when it first came out on the 360, and I go as far to tell you that your skills from the previous game cannot translate to E-Day. So that's utter nonsense. That's why OGs out here complaining, talking about I don't like this game. Why don't they like it? Because it doesn't feel like Gears. There you go. So what are you talking about? Like, I mean, at this point, bro, just say you can't play the game, bro, and you're trash at it.
But wall bouncing is not the only trend in Gears PvP that's made a return.
This guy hasn't even wall bounced.
Wall bounce. Well, they wall bounce because they want to close the distance between medium rifle range.
I guarantee out of this whole clip, I see this man sliding on the ground way more often than wall bounce. Let's see. Because you're saying that wall bouncing is such a problem with this game. Let's see what this man does.
Like shotgun range, and then
he slid.
They don't worry about taking any of that lethal.
Where's the wall bounce?
In the E-Day.
Where is the wall bounce? I haven't seen it.
We're seeing a massive
Where is it?
About the weapon balancing. Casual players are begging the coalition to buff the Lancer's stopping power. They want the Lancer to shoot bullets that actively slow an enemy's movement.
Now, one wall bounce.
That would then prevent them from just mindlessly rushing around in the open.
Bro, they still would get you. They've been doing that since Gears 2 and Gears 3. And guess what? We still be getting y'all. It don't matter how much stopping power you put on that Lancer. You casuals are going to get rushed down. Because y'all don't know how to play the game.
On paper, this sounds reasonable, but you know, if you run across the street and the guy's holding the assault rifle, you should get punished for doing that.
Bruh,
but
what are you talking about, bruh? Oh my goodness, man. Just take this video down, man. Y'all make sure you share this video around, man. Share it to the Gears community, man. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the game. I don't like the movement. I like the roadie running. There's a few aspects. I don't mind the features. I don't mind the traversal. I think that's actually quite cool. I just wish they kept a lot of the foundation of what Gears was. Other than that, like I said, it's a solid game. I do think it favors stacks, but these are pretty fair arguments that even somewhat of the Gears community would all agree with, but your complaints are not valid.
Here's why the hardcore community sort of panics whenever they hear about the Lancer being buffed. If the Lancer has heavy stopping power and high damage, the entire game devolves into what veterans call turret simulator. 4 players sit behind.
Bruh, listen, I could literally rush down people on host on Gears 1, bro. Did not stop me. It did not stop people in Gears 2. It did not stop people in Gears 3. In Gears 3, stopping power was ridiculous, bro. So what are you talking about, bro? And Gears 2 was very slow to where stopping power was useful, and you still got rushed down in the game. You don't know nothing about Gears, bro. You know nothing about this franchise, bro. But yet you want to speak fondly like, oh, well, if they made the Lancer stronger, the Lancer's already strong enough. What are you talking about, bro? You didn't see this guy literally Lancer somebody from the other side because his back was turned? Bruh.
Cover at the back of the map, hard scoping lanes with Lancers, and nobody can move. It would turn into a team shot meta and a choke point management meta, and there wouldn't be a lot of movement.
He's saying, you know what he's saying, Gears community? He's saying that if the Lancer was more powerful, y'all would have been nothing in this game. As if they would have just wall bounced through all your Lancer shots. Because like you said, you miss your shots. So, I mean, if you're good with the Lancer, you better make sure you hit all those shots.
Or skill.
You are nothing. It's like that part from Dragon Ball Z, man, with Trunks, man. And then he took out Frieza, and he's like, you only got my son because of that sword. And then he hands him over the sword and gets obliterated. Y'all remember that part of Dragon Ball Z, bro? Come on, man. Come on, man. This what King Cold doing? This what you doing, King Cold, bro? Come on, man.
Trying to an absolute
Trunks gonna make you into cold cuts.
On the flip side, if the Gnasher has 0 poke damage reduction and instant chunk capability, which is very...
If anything, the dropout range from the shotgun is actually embarrassing. What are you talking about, bro? I mean, even Domes went as far to say that the medium range is actually not that strong. It really isn't. You have to be really up close with somebody, and even if you're a casual, you can still trade. You can still trade with a better player than you. That's what you're not getting.
What we're seeing in the beta right now, well then Lancers become useless. At least they feel useless. Every map becomes a 5v5 shotgun brawl.
There we go.
The Coalition is walking on a bit of a tightrope here. If you make the rifles too strong, you're going to alienate those who love the fast-paced shotgun duels, and you're going to shut down game pace. If you make the shotguns too dominant, well, you alienate every new player who just wants to shoot an assault rifle from behind cover or maybe not get bum-rushed all the time. The balancing debate is, I think, before launch 20 years ago, there was no YouTube algorithm pushing tutorial guides into millions of feeds. If somebody figured out how to wall bounce back in 2006, they were learning by trial and error.
Bruh, I mean, everybody that, I mean, they learned it very quickly. I don't know what this dude's talking about.
On day one, Gears of War E-Day beta, game's not even...
Like, why does this man hate wall bounce so much? Wall bouncing ain't even the problem with this game. Matter of fact, the one thing I didn't like is how I be wall bouncing, and it feels slow. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It feels like there's like a delay in regards to your shooting. So the way I want this game is it's way worse than what he wanted, because I'm saying they saying we should be able to fling shots like how we did in Gears 1 around the corners after hitting the wall. So, or like Gears 3. He don't want that. Like, but you know what I'm saying, guys. In Gears 1, when you're hitting the walls, right, it feels a lot slower in regards to your shot. It feels like a delay on your shot. And on top of it, this game has severe aim assist. And you're complaining. Bro, that's why I'm saying, why do they make these games for casuals? Why? Why even do this? Because look, he still can't play it.
Announced, or I'm sorry, released, and there are already 50
Where's the wall bounce? Where is it? Where's the wall bounce?
Your controller button.
This man, shout out to Shadows, he's a Gears of War channel. He's getting his kills. This man, I don't think he's wall bounce since. Look, where's the wall bounce?
Slide vault toggle or
where's the crazy wall bounce?
The internet has completely eliminated
You're trash.
Every phase of video games. Everyone has instant access to the absolute highest.
Look at that. The Lancer's not strong. Look at that. That man just put him down in like 3 seconds. Oh, but the Lancer's not strong. It can't do nothing. Bro, you suck. You're garbage. Be quiet. Stop talking.
On minute 1.
You suck.
Skill-based matchmaking enters the field.
And you have no skills.
Changes things. In modern
look
gaming,
at that. Where's the wall bounce? Where is it?
3 great matches where they land some nice Nasher shots, you know. You get a couple of wins. Skill-based matchmaking.
This man's been traumatized since Gears 1.
Bracket, and suddenly, you're rewarded by playing.
You guys brought 20 years of trauma to this man.
Well,
probably forced him to go buy a PlayStation.
Wall bouncing for the last decade. They crush you. There's no middle ground anymore. You're either stomping or getting thrown into the meat grinder where you're the one getting stomped.
Yeah.
And let's not ignore the Xbox exclusivity factor here. Gears of War.
And y'all wanted this on PlayStation?
Is a major showcase for Xbox.
Where's the wall bounce? I want to see him wall bouncing. Look at that. I want to see it. Because you're complaining about a feature that ain't nobody really doing like this.
And the PC.
Let's see it. Let's see. Okay. Let's count the wall bouncing. Where is it?
PlayStation 5.
Where is it?
EA's leaning heavily into the identity as a flagship Xbox console system seller.
You don't see none.
Xbox needs the game to be a big commercial hit because they limited where it's going. It needs broad casual appeal to drive sales and engagement. But the multiplayer experience becomes
no wall bounce. Have y'all noticed that?
Casual
man hasn't wall bounce.
PvP after week
you
1.
Just can't play. I'm done listening to this fool, bro. You know this man can't play this game, bro. Let's just call a spade, man. And what's even more disrespectful is that, you know, you got real Gears of War players actually having legitimate criticism, and you was out here bashing this game because you don't know how to play it, bro. You know, you go as far as I say, this game is so wall bounce heavy, and yet, out of all this footage that we've seen, now, any of these dudes are wall bouncing like you're saying. Now, mind you, some of the pros, they good, you know what I mean? But even then, they still be getting clipped. Because you got to switch out to your weapon. There's a delay. That's one thing I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that, see, that's what I'm saying. I wanted the game to be faster, so I could only imagine the way that I wanted Gears E-Day to be. You would even hate it even more. I wanted that fast-paced, frantic, shoot around the corner, get up in people, you know, Gears 3 style. Don't mind the little Lancer, you know, find ways to get through there. But, like, and also having that nice strafe movement that we're all accustomed to with Gears of War. That's what I wanted, bro. You know what I mean? But the strafing left and right, there's no point because you're very slow. Very slow. That's why you see when people are coming around people, what do they do, guys? They slide into them. Or they climb up on top of something to get that angle. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You got people that climb up on obstacles getting more kills than people wall bouncing around corners. Because you could wall bounce around a corner all you want, but all it takes is for a guy to get a higher level than you and then shoot under and then you're done. Man, I'm done with this crap, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like I said, man, this dude just cannot play this game. That's final.